What's going on? What's going on? Brutus here, bringing you the last war recap from Ain't Nobody, 56-53. Was a great war. Went down to the last 15 minutes. Congrats and respect to Babat Van Java. If I said that wrong, my bad. But they were a good war clan. I mean, this was a great war. To show what they did, let's go ahead and pull that down. We got 16 out of 37, 16 3-stars out of 20 bases versus their 13, which was the difference maker. One of ours being a Town Hall 10 3-star. We scroll down some more. We just had enough oomph to overtake them, and than they did. Towards the end, 5 attacks during the last 5 minutes. They Town Hall 10s dipping on 9, but their 9 failed on an 8.5 wet britches. But Papa Drew and Sarah coming through towards the end, giving us that nice comfortable lead. Broemium here. Let's first talk about what they did to our bases. Broemium is a 10.5, so it's basically a 10 on 10 versus 10, but we had the advantage on the offense side. But they basically doubled like they should, the top 3, and they left 4 Town Hall 9s, actually one 8.5 here. But 4 Town Hall 9s uncleared. And then on our side, we left 2 Town Hall 10s uncleared, but a really good percentage, almost a 3 by Drew here, with the bowler attack 10 on 10, and then a 10.5 dip on a Town Hall 10, which a great attack there with mass bowlers. And then we left 2 Town Hall 9s uncleared. But let's get down to it. I want to start right with a specific base to talk through it, because when we drew this up, Amaduck wanted help, and I explained on this base that it's a prime target for a shattered hobo, but the hog deployment is what was key. So a shattered meaning 2 golems, hobo meaning hogs and bowlers in the CC, but we're going to do a segmented hog deployment. So segmented hogs meaning 2-phased. His kill squad will basically account for, we're gonna enter here. Kill squad's gonna jump right here, and that'll get him the CC, the AQ, and there's a DGB right here on the entry. So one of the 2 DGB spots. The other DGB is way up here. So there's no way to avoid it unless you do a walk of some kind, and we're not comfortable with walks quite yet. Still learning them with certain individuals in our clan, and that's absolutely fine. It's the way it should be. You should be confident when attacking, right? So shattered hobo he was comfortable with, but the segmenting hogs he wasn't. So I explained to him through kicks. So mind you, this is why I wanted to do a video and talk through it, is that once you get your kill squad in here and you accomplish the goal of the kill squad, send your hogs starting here so you can get added time and value from the leftover golem of the kill squad. Let's maybe save a heal. If not, you can invest a heal right here if needed. But basically 3 to 4 hogs, 3 to 4 hogs, 3 to 4 hogs. Basically 10 or half your hog army to take care of basically everything as they move like this in a counterclockwise fashion. They're going to stop right there, because as they get through here, they're going to die, and that's absolutely okay. Let your hogs die, the first wave of them, in a segmented hog deployment, because the remaining 10 hogs that you have, you're going to send in right here and right here. They're going to converge together. You can put a heal here because that's a stall out point, and as they get down here, there's going to be too many hogs left over of that 10, because they're going to come in fully healthy as they enter to that archer tower, that nothing's going to stop them, and you're going to have at least 5 or so left over to help clean up. So let's watch how he executes that. He puts down the golem. But his entry was spot freaking on. So exactly as we drew up. However, too many wizards on the bottom here. I would have kept one for cleanup, but everything else is spot on. He's opening the wall, baby dragon up there to make sure he gets to the other side. These wizards would step up as this is distracted to take out that archer tower, which then is the funnel within the funnel to make sure your bowlers don't circle the base. Rages them down, jump is down early so that the golems keep moving, poison the CC. I mean, it's just gone. Excellent entry. We knew there was a quad Tesla farm in the core there, and I told him that's his BK and bowlers would take care of that, but this is what I was like, bro, that's not part of the plan. This is how I drew it up in Kick. So all the arrows are correct, all the spells are in the right spot. But I guess it was my bad I didn't explain what segmenting your hogs deployment was all about. These hogs right here and over here should have kept. Everything else is correct though. I mean, the hogs on the right here is where he wanted. But when you do this, and you send all your herd at once like this, yes, you're going to mitigate the DGB right there at the top. However, your herd is too thin that now you don't have anything left over. When you keep the herd together and segmenting your hogs and keeping them in a counterclockwise fashion or whatever direction that they're moving around the base, and letting half of them die into the DGB if you can't pre-trip it as part of your kill squatter or something like that, it keeps the attacking force of the hogs together that quickly bring down defenses, basically swarming section by section of the base. And then when they fizzle out and die, you keep that same concept of overwhelming the defenses and the defensive power of combined hogs together, keep on going through. Once that dies here at where the beginning of the DGB is, between here, you reinforce that same concept with the remaining half of your hogs, the second segment, if you will, starting from up here, and then they continue the way of the direction of the first herd was going. So at the end of the day, though, that was his first attempt at doing segmented hogs, or I believe following somebody else's plan, which can always be cumbersome. So at the end, he got the 3, and that's all that matters, and it came at a critical point of the war that was needed. So, and I believe the only reason that he got this 3, yeah, the hogs was a mess, or couldn't get as much value that what we were looking for, but his entry and funnel was spot on. I mean, great job. So we'll go to ×4 here. Hopefully those tips are helpful for you moving forward. And then let's move on down to Dead Man Walking, who is, hold up a second, on 10. Newly appointed co-leader, has been with us since Town Hall 7. Congrats, well deserved. He's going to start his, walks. He's going to do an AQ walk, massive alk attack here, with just one hog to get the CC, to get a CC out. So, are walks dead? No, but the added pressure and risk is just there. So maybe base building hasn't quite caught up to making the decision if they're going to put SAMs on the outsiders or not. But in the current war with One Hive, which I'll bring another recap in a different video with, I've also seen walks still prevalent in Town Hall 10. So, you know, it's not dead as everyone's like, oh, RIP nerf AQ walks. It's still there. What I found is that open walks are still very, very useful, meaning that they don't, the walk doesn't go into the base as a closed walk would be. But yeah, just plan it better. Make sure you at least 4 healers, because in case there is one SAM on the outside, it'll take out one of those 3, but the walk is still good at that point. But yeah, don't give up on it. If you're still trying to learn it, it is still worth trying to learn. As he gets to jump in here in a rage for those Valks to quickly take care of that queen, and then the BK is going to take care of the rest of the compartment on the top left, and then make his way back down to the bottom right hand quadrant. But this was a great way to start the walk. I mean, she took care of this entire left side all by herself. No threat whatsoever, except for if there would be a black SAM to take out some SAMs, but it would only take out 1. He's got 3 other healers behind that, and given the point defenses that she would encounter on the way through her walk, that's no threat. So it was a really good idea to start that walk and not give up on it. Good answer with the Valks to just basically burn through the entire base here, using rages at the right spot to make sure that they ate through walls. And he still has he's keeping on 1 wizard there for cleanup. As we go to ×2 here, really enjoyed this AQ walk, mass Valk attack. I wanted to show it because it became post nerf post healer nerf. Great job, Deadman. All right, let's go to 12. Is it? Yep. And I can't pronounce his name. Sorry. I know he's a new member, and I believe that's Arabic. But I'm not gonna. No disrespect. I can't read it. So if you could please tell me how to pronounce your name in the comments or in the chat, I'd love to give you the props that is deserved. He's gonna do an old school shattered Goho, with, you know, you standard about 6 to 8 wizards with your kill squad, to about a ton of hogs, 28 hogs here, but you know, a jump to make him, keep him moving forward as he gets that well placed jump here, to make sure that his tanks stay in the middle of the core, so that when his does send his hogs, that he can get added value of what those that additional time that the golems will bring him. As he's surgical approach here, just a few hogs per defense, as they will converge on upon each other. Uses the heal liberally because he does have 3. He should have used it right here because these minions are doing work. He's lost so many hogs right there. A little bit late on that heal, but he saved just a few, and because he had 28, it's not like it made a difference. Really bad giant bomb placement right there. As you see, that's what you want. He was able to set off one at a time and not trigger both at the same time while it's being healed, so that they're fully healthy by that time they get to the second giant bomb encounter. Ton of hogs up left for cleanup, as he's got 6 other archers for the camps if he wanted to, and he swags out 2 poisons. Bet he should have dropped one of those poisons on those minions. He would have had even more hogs up at the end. Great job. This is a great shattered old school Goho. We'll go to times 2, and then for the last one here, I wanted to show Town Hall 8 attack and talk through DragLoon, because DragLoon, this is my mini. So DragLoon, ever since we have dark spells, there was the Zapquake, 2 level 5 lightnings, and then any level earthquake on 1 air defense, doesn't matter. For Town Hall 8 at least, doesn't matter what level it is, because it will hit a max Town Hall 8 defense, air defense. There go downs 1, but they mostly bring a rage, and the rage is for beating through or sprinting past the CC and high hit point storages on the way to that air defense and Town Hall, and also for your loons. So I've found, and even in this war, that those that decided to do, as you got a funnel going on here, those that decide to do this type of attack usually bring the rage. I've seen that even in this war, they failed. They've run out of time because they don't have enough dragons left on the back end to get the job done, especially if there's 4 cornered huts. So I found, and I'm not saying it won't work, it will, but I found that this is a lot more overpowering. I bring a heal, and why I bring a heal is once I see that my dragons are gonna, there it is, aggro onto the CC drag, this is why I bring a heal rather than a rage. So my loons are gonna basically get aimed for that air defense. Now that the dragon is CC'd onto my dragons, I can comfortably send them. The haste is for them. The heal is for my wad dragons to encounter high hit point stall out portions, but mainly the dragon CC. This max dragon against mine, when they, especially dragons are going to clump up, he'll take out at least 1 because he's a level 5 versus level 3. Usually that's the case. Sometimes you'll even, if it's not done, if I don't account for that, it'll even take out my wad of loons after he's done taking out a dragon. So rather than using a rage to beat them up and basically have a slugfest, I use a heal, and the heal saves me tankage, so that not only do I win the battle, my loons come through after they're done with their job and are fully healed, moving on to other things to support my dragons. The last part is I lose 1 dragon versus 3. You know, so what I found is if I use a heal for the encounter of the CC, because the dragons will clump up if you funnel correctly, you're less likely to lose unnecessary dragons. And the payoff that has is that when you have fully healthy dragons in the core, they can handle the remaining back end point defense coming at them if there's anything left. Also, you have more dragons up in the air, which means less time chasing at the end in case there's 4 corner huts. In this one there isn't. But I've seen, I think 3 DragLoon attempts this war in Town Hall 8s where they lost too many dragons on the back end because of using a rage versus a heal. Basically sustaining your army versus sprinting past it and having a slugfest. So this is what I'm doing, and I highly encourage other Town Hall 8s that are doing DragLoons, sub the rage for a heal. See what that does for you, because for me it's night and day. I refuse to use rage now with my DragLoons. So we go to times 2 as there's nothing but cleanup. I think I have 6. God, I don't know how many. Look at all the health on these things. 2 fully healthy ones. and 2 of my 5 max loons. I mean, I don't know. That's what I'm a fan of that. That's what I'm doing. That'll do it for this war recap. Once again, it's Brutus reminding you, you got to be better than the double, and I will check you next time.